Next up to take the oath of office is District 5 Councilmember Erin J. Robinson Mendenhall, whose oath will be administered by Cindy Mansell, City Recorder. Councilmember Mendenhall will be accompanied by her husband, Kyle. Will you all please step up to the landing?
It's a train.
Just raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Erin J. Robinson Mendenhall,
I, Erin J. Robinson Mendenhall,
do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Utah,
and the Constitution of the State of Utah,
and that I will discharge the duties
and that I will discharge the duties
of my office with fidelity.
of my office with fidelity. Thank you, Cindy. I've got a talk in my pocket. Let me get it out. What an honor it is to stand here, to be chosen by the people of District 5 to represent our community for another 4 years. Thank you to my fellow residents. And another honor it is to serve alongside my peers. Stan Penfold, wherever he wandered off to, Lisa Adams, James Rogers, Derek Kitchen, Andrew Johnston, Charlie Luke, and now Amy Fowler and Chris Wharton, and of course Mayor Biskupski. The four of us addressing you today, as you've heard and as I think I can say, we sit before you relieved that the election is over, excited to begin or continue our work, humbled and honored. And here many of you may sit thinking, I don't know why they do this job. Low pay, high pressure, public criticism, all true. And yet, you've joined us today to celebrate democracy. You, our friends and family, our colleagues, our campaign staff and supporters, Salt Lake City staff, elected officials, past and present, and politicos. Regardless of your current willingness to serve in office or become a candidate, we all recognize the value of public service, of giving of oneself to the work of the community. I'll requote Councilmember Rogers and novelist George Eliot, who said, and quite poignantly, what do we live for if not to make life less difficult for one another? You do this every day already, serving your family, your neighbors, strangers, nonprofit organizations, churches, and more. This city is strong with community spirit and service of all kinds. It's that very sense of community that anchors us in times of disarray, of times of loneliness, and even now, perhaps especially now, with the collective and growing frustration with federal politics. If you're like me, there's many days when I'd rather turn my car radio off from the news broadcast than hear what new monumental mistake our president has made, or the blow-by-blow of federal gridlock du jour. But these feelings of bewilderment and frustration have actually moved many people into politics all throughout history. The greatest president yet of my lifetime, Barack Obama, said, "Change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for, and we are the change we seek." As women in elected office, Mayor Biskupski, Amy Fowler, and I are part of a mere 27% of female-held elected seats in this state today. We must achieve greater gender equality in elected offices here in Utah. Our lack of representation is exhibited by issues that legislative policy could positively affect if the momentum of representation were there. The gender wage gap is one such issue wherein Utah is the 4th worst in the nation, with women making 70 cents to every dollar of their male counterparts, and Latina women in Utah making 41 cents to every male dollar. 26% of Utah's female workforce is the sole or primary breadwinners for their families. Gender pay inequity affects hundreds of thousands of Utah women and their families. I've been working with Mayor Biskupski and her administration on this issue, and I'm excited to see our work advance with forthcoming policy recommendations that include workplace expectations, pay decision processes, interviewing practices, and I hope child care opportunities for Salt Lake City employees. That's a nod to former Councilmember Jill Remington Love, who started that ball rolling many years ago. Salt Lake City has never been shy to lead our state on important issues such as this, and it is the City Council that distills our community voices into policies that affect our everyday lives. Our quality of life as neighborhoods and as individuals is tightly threaded into the fabric of policy that's woven on the 3rd floor of this building. So today, I'd like to make you an offer. Lunch. To discuss the strategy of your campaign for some public office. I'm buying, too. I'd like to ask you to imagine yourself standing where I am now at some point in your future. If not in this city, then in your own hometown. For me, why I'm standing here today boils down to a few simple truths. I love this city, I love people, and I'm willing to work. My desire to positively affect community issues like air quality and other environmental concerns, human trafficking, geographic equity in housing opportunities, homelessness, funding for streets, and prioritization of alternative transportation options in our city. They're all beams of the bridge that led me into public office, built upon those stones of my few simple truths. The stones of your own foundations may mirror mine or maybe not at all, but I challenge you to ask yourself what they are for you, and then imagine what shape your own bridge might take. It might be a structure to support your work as a candidate for office, or it may be in support of someone else who is. Both bridges are badly needed to help us reach the future that we desire and to help us heal from the division we currently suffer from as a nation. I feel utterly myself to stand here before you today. I am right where I want to be, which is simultaneously a fluid and ever-changing ground, I recognize. I appreciate the wisdom of civil rights leader and mentor of Martin Luther King, Howard Thurman, who said, "There is something in every one of you that waits and listens for the sound of the genuine in yourself. It is the only true guide you will ever have, and if you cannot hear it, you will, all of your life, spend your days at the ends of strings someone else pulls." The genuine in yourself, as it turns out, is able to be taught and nurtured, and even allow you to change your mind. This office, perhaps every elected office, allows you the opportunity to learn far more than you imagined as a candidate. It offers you the grinding stone of public opinion to hone your tools for making decisions. This position allows you to learn from the best of the best, from public utilities to sustainability, from HR and IT to the airport, police and fire to the library, our own brilliant city council staff, and so many more. It is a humbling and dynamic experience. I want to thank my campaign manager, Michael Iverson, my amazing children, Everett, Mila, and Cash, for your patience and love and support of my work. I thank my husband, Kyle, for your firsthand understanding and your love, and for keeping your opinion out of my work. And I thank my brothers, Liam and Blake, and our parents, Mom, Sue, Tony, John, and Lisa, for all your love and so much childcare. 4 years, that's what we're offered to do our best for our neighbors and for this city. I'll end by echoing Vice President Joe Biden, who said, do nothing or take history into our own hands as few generations are given the opportunity, and bend it in the service of a better day. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Mendenhall, Kyle, and Cindy.